whenever a country goes through consumerism, okay, when there are multiple options for people to choose from, right? Don't you believe like then specification works? Like super apps, generalization, all of these things don't work usually very well when there are multiple options, because people wanna, like, I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
So when I have multiple options, I don't want to go to one Just Dial and book my tickets on that, order food in that, do everything that, travel in that. Like I want to go to MakeMyTrip for booking. I want to go to Zomato to eat. I want to go to, book my show to book tickets. So why every company in India now they're saying we're going to become super app, we're going to build super app.
Yeah, quite a few are trying to. It sounds like a very cool and sexy thing to do and sounds logical. But the reality is very few companies have actually cracked that. Some have. So it's very interesting to note in China, super apps have worked. Okay, so whether it was in Alibaba or it was others. So if you saw like Tencent and all, Tencent does everything.
Yeah.
So I think it's to do with controlling a lot of the traffic too. There's no Google there, there's Baidu. So Baidu tried to do many other things too. People come there. Also, I think fundamentally it has to do with how well you do things. So let's take Amazon in the US, right? They've left number 2 far behind. They do a phenomenal job of selling product.
Yeah.
Any kind. They started off only selling books. They're the largest bookseller in the world, right? That's a fact. Flipkart is the second largest bookseller in the world, apparently. Interesting. So then they said we can expand this to other things. We can do fashion, we can do electronics, we can do this. They've tried travel multiple times. It hasn't worked. And Jeff has famously said, Jeff Bezos, I heard it secondhand from someone here, his India head, Amit shared, we don't have adjacencies with travel. Now, travel is a state of mind. So you don't say, listen, I'm going and buying this new phone, which is pretty expensive, 20, 30, 40,000 bucks. I'm buying it online, looking for the best deal, but I do know I want this phone and a cover with it, accessories with it. Then I see something else. I said, oh yeah, shucks, this will be damn useful. This speaker I want on my office desk. Yeah. So I go and buy that. I'm in the mood. I have the money. I buy it. You don't suddenly say, "Arey yaar, there's a great deal on this 3-night getaway to Phuket. Main ye bhi khareed le." No, it's a state of mind. Also, unlike anything else where you have to make space in your house or your closet for it, here you have to make space on your calendar for it. So it's time. You have to commit to time. So when you're thinking of travel, you're saying it starts by saying we can get. I'm talking about leisure travel, not work travel. So let's say you're planning a trip to say your main thing is your time hai. So people are either time rich or they're money rich. So very often they have all the money and they become time poor. So that's the classic thing. You have that, like, I'm sure you want to get away a lot, but you're saying, yeah, now I have all these commitments. I've launched this, I've launched. It's a great feeling, but it's also frustrating.
Yeah.
And the happiest people are the one who've got both. So time bhi hai, paisa bhi hai, dono kaam kar sakte hain. It's great. Right? So that is your thought process when you're traveling is fundamentally different from buying anything else. To your super app thing, I think specialization is going to work because the more you focus on doing one thing, you do it well. So actually, fundamentally, people are saying, I just want the best experience. So whether it's Zomato or Swiggy, they're giving great experience for booking this thing. I think people are saying that. If you're thinking movie tickets, you got to book my show. Also, shifting channel is a tap, right?
Yeah.
Gone are the days where you're not going physically anywhere. And youngsters are so fast on their phone, they don't even think about it like I'm shifting channel. You're just saying, I go here for this, I order food here, and you're done, right? Literally, you're like not even thinking I'm moving. And through, universal logins and sign-ins, you're anywhere.
Yeah.
So there's no friction left.
True.
So why would you not go for the best rather than going for just, settling for one? There's no, also, I don't even think people like, you mentioned Just Dial, that was again a internet kid of our era, right? And money is a friend. And those times was a very different thought process. We wanted to do everything.
Exactly.
Also, there were no others. So today there's a super app fight. I'm not also in favor of it. I mean, if I was to bet, I think specialization will win.
Work, right? Like, I love this point where you said, if you want to build a super app, you need to capture a state of mind and then just become everything for that state of mind.
That's versus
trying to shift it.
You're hungry. Now, at that point of time, you're not going around tooling to find something. Yes, in that 15 minutes you're waiting, you might say, kuch aur, if I'm online. But also, having said that, I think quick commerce is overhyped. So I think now 10 minutes is the promise, 8 minutes or something is happening. That's bizarre. What are the things you need in 8 or 10 minutes that you can't? Like, I don't think it's sustainable because it will never be viable. So abhi to aap paise uspe, you can burn money and all that, but it's not going to be. And what do you need that desperately besides a few things? I think that will have to settle down to a level where it's still viable or people will pay a premium for it. So, I know Dunzo well, and, I know they started on Bangalore. It was really popular, and people saying middle of the night, they probably need smoke, so they probably need food. Became popular through that. But beyond a certain, is it going to be 15, 20 minutes or is it going to be 10 minutes? I think 15, 20, most things you can. If you can wait for food, most of the things you can wait for. Yeah. So we won't get into what is so urgent. Some things maybe you can't wait for, but this is a family show. Okay. Right.
No, it's crazy, but don't you feel, talking on quick commerce, it's spoiling few people. So they'll get, let's say someone who's super busy, corporate job, wants to get to work at 9, starts, the day at 7:30, wants to get up. By the time he's brushing, he or she needs a coffee. So now Zepto and all of that, they've started a Zepto cafe, right? They're serving your coffee in 10 minutes. So now, because you don't have house help or someone to help you with, you order that coffee and that's in. So now that's spoiling. So you become a daily habit for you. Do you think that these kind of use cases will come in the picture and start doing things?
There will be. And this is, if you look at, just shut your eyes and you think about this typical scene and you see in an American kind of sitcom or movie. Guy wakes up groggy, alarm goes on. So finally gets out like a zombie is moving, makes his coffee, or she makes a coffee. They don't wake up till that black coffee, which fundamentally is anyway bad, right? Because we all know coffee is the worst thing you want to put into your system first thing
in the morning, yeah.
But why has Starbucks done so well around the world? Especially in places where people are ready to pay $3 and $5 for a coffee. Because they're located in the zone, right? You walk out of your home, and towards office or towards your bus stop, your metro station, you have it. So maybe it might move there. Some people want that in the morning, but why wouldn't you put on your own kettle and make your coffee, or even those nice coffee makers? I mean, how long does that take if you want coffee? But food, I understand. So now what's getting very popular, starting with Bombay, are studio apartments with no kitchens. Right? Except literally a kettle and, whatever, maybe a microwave or whatever, and that's it. That's going to happen for sure, consumerism and where people are moving. Also because food is so easy to order. Who's going to get into the whole jhamela? Except if you love it. So it's a big fuss, right? But let me also tell you, everything, then you'll also have a reaction saying this is not healthy. Then health food will come in that you can order. So I think we will settle somewhere where people will eventually say, listen, I just want convenience and I'll pay a price. So to the point I was saying earlier, people will, if you're ready to pay for a 10-minute delivery, the company will eventually have to charge.
Yeah.
Because it's very expensive to have riders.
Charging.
Yeah, they will. The money will run out.
They've started charging already. All these brands.
Look what happened in COVID, right?
Yeah.
We know what we started paying on all food order and all that. And that's smart business because people are saying, listen, that was the only thing that worked. One of my oldest colleagues and who did a phenomenal job here, moved to Zomato then, Mohit Gupta, and they turned around, went IPO, did all of this, and they did such a brilliant job where they said they seized the crisis of COVID. That was the only thing that worked to get food at home because you couldn't go out and eat. So what about everyone? But they worked. Similarly, Amazon, Flipkart did a great job because they kept delivering. Baki sab band tha. So they seized the opportunity and built a phenomenal brand that time. And suddenly people were paying 50 rupees more. Yeah. But that changed their economics, which was smart, I think.
Now people are okay with paying because they've gotten used to it.
People are tipping also. You say, yaar, wo bichara aa raha hai, COVID mein aa raha hai, you'd say, acha, mera default hai, paise de dete hain, and why not? So if you can afford it, why not? Because that 20 or 50 rupees doesn't matter to you, but it does make a difference on the other side.
True. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching Raj Shamani Clips. Please subscribe this channel because on this channel, we'll bring so many valuable clips from our podcast, some exclusive clips as well, which will help you become the right kind of leader and which will help you grow in your life.